Hey, how's it going everyone? Today I thought we'd break the F out of Alien Isolation. Many of you might not have seen this before, but using a series of glitches you can get through Alien Isolation in about 25 minutes or so. You might remember that we did this with Outlast a while ago, where we used a glitch to beat that game in about 10 minutes. This game uses some similar sort of barrier breaking, out of bounds glitches. There are more of them in this run, but you can skip out the majority of the game, and you also skip past most of the scary stuff in the game, so hopefully YouTube sees this as a family friendly video. I doubt it though. There's still a couple of moments where you see the aliens and whatnot, and you know how YouTube doesn't like that scary stuff these days. I mean, it's a bit of a meme, to be honest, but they actually seem not to care too much about horror stuff. They seem to care more about swearing for some reason. I don't know why they care that much. I think if you're saying guys every 10 seconds in your video and talking like an idiot and appealing to children, YouTube tends to like you more, but I kinda just tend to be myself with my videos. I have toned my swearing down a little bit these days, but never mind. You never know, maybe this video will be fully monetized and get sent out to subscribers. You know how YouTube doesn't like to do that these days. But this first mission, we can't really do much to skip stuff. We just sort of have to walk around and trigger a series of events so that we can progress on to the next mission. The skips start halfway through mission 2 or so. You might wonder why I've got my audio in Italian, and that's just because it's faster. If you're trying to do speedruns on this game, if you have the dialogue set to Italian, the run ends up being a little bit faster just because the dialogue runs off faster. Using a sneaky method, you can still have English subtitles and Italian audio. Although if you want to try this yourself, if you don't care about the subtitles and the objectives coming up, you can just change everything to Italian if you want. So if you hear some of that going on and you don't understand it, just ignore it. Don't worry about it. Maybe we got some Italians watching who can appreciate listening to Italian audio. I have no idea what it is exactly they're saying. I just have to rely on those subtitles, man. So we're going to walk down this corridor, try and get Samuel's attention, and when we go back this way, we just gotta wait around for a conversation to go on, and then we can move on. This mission takes a lot longer if you just walk around and do it normally. But we're gonna try and do it as fast as possible. It takes about 3.5 minutes. We're going here, waiting for Samuel's come from the area so you can see him. He's coming. Having a little stroll. Here's the captain. That's a snazzy shirt, mate. I think my recording picked up someone leaving Discord there. Never mind, never mind. Okay. So, the whole crew is here. I hope you're ready to get screwed, crew. Because we're going into Sevastopol. Just kind of gotta wait around here for these guys to have their conversation. Let's get it done. Hurry it up there. Alright, there we go. Grab that briefing document, and away we go. Skip this cutscene. Trying to be quick here, I guess. So I think the world record for this is about 24 minutes. I'd like to get somewhere close to that, but it's probably going to take me a while. I'm going to try and run this over on Twitch a little bit. See if we can put down a good time. So, when we wake up here, for some reason when you load this in from the first mission, sometimes you'll get what the speedrunning community calls a fast walk, where for some reason you're just moving a lot faster. But because I'd loaded this a couple of times while I was practicing the glitches, I didn't get it. It's basically, whilst you're in the spacesuit, you're forced to move slower, but sometimes you get lucky and it just lets you move faster, like a normal walking speed. Right, and we're off. It's through those doors towards this vent over here on the right. And we want to crouch before we go into that vent. That'll enable us to get through an invisible wall that blocks us in a minute. How that makes sense, I have no idea, but it's just the way it works. Through this vent. If any of you have watched my other Alien Isolation videos, you know usually I'm pretty terrified of these vents, but I've got used to being in these ones now. I've run through them enough times to not be worried. Most of the encounters with the alien are just completely cut out of this run, which is nice. I suppose if you wanted to be really scummy, you could use this run to get your no deaths and no killing humans achievement, but there's still a couple of areas in which you can die, so you might want to be careful. You might want to think twice before trying to do that. In the future, I think I am actually going to do a nightmare, no deaths, and no killing humans run. Maybe with the collectibles worked in as well. We'll try and work that out. Maybe we'll do a no damage run with all those achievements worked in, because it was something that I never got around to doing with the channel, and it is actually a pretty tough run. It's kind of fun. But we got the first skip coming up here. This one is actually probably one of the tougher skips. The way in which you get through these doors is to bind crouch to your scroll wheel, and then you spam it repetitively while you're touching these doors, and it will just let you pass through them. It's kind of a weird glitch. I'm pretty sure that it's impossible to do that stuff on console, because you can't spam crouch fast enough, and I think you need a slightly higher frame rate to get it done. Some doors like that one and the one coming up here are really easy to pass through, like seriously easy. You just sort of run at them, spam the button, and you're through the door. Like this one up here is a little bit tricky at times, but I got it first try, which is nice. So get that out of bounds. We're going to fall down here, and this takes us to Axel. And that cuts out a bunch of the humans killing each other, the alien killing Axel, all that stuff that YouTube doesn't want to see, you know what I mean? We're going to go straight to the transit and just look at the wall, ignore everybody. It's good times, man. It's good times. Luckily I got an extra flare on the way here, which is pretty RNG. There is one that's always scripted to be there, and another one as well, but I got lucky and there was another one sitting on a bench that we ran past, so I just grabbed that one instead of going to get the second scripted one, and we need those for the end to get past the only encounter that we have with the aliens. The really tricky part about this run is not really the skips, but you end up getting the shotgun, and it only has 4 shots in it, and you've got to really bring out your inner shroud, because you need to kill 6 facehuggers with 4 bullets, which is not easy. Basically you've got to get 2 collaterals, 2 kills with 1 bullet, if you don't know what that means. Which isn't easy, man. It's really difficult. And it can be pretty RNG as well. The facehuggers can just spawn spread out, which makes it way more difficult to do. So you could be having a really good run of this up to that point and just get screwed over by where those facehuggers spawn. So, hopping on the tram, and we're out of here. We're done. That's the first area that the alien can actually show up and kill you. If you make too much noise in that area, the alien will drop down and come and do horrible things to your booty hole. Right, so we need to find an elevator and seek some communications. We're not going to do that. We'd usually get the access tuner in this mission. We're just going to take another tram somewhere else. And the only reason we really take this route is to get the shotgun, because we need a weapon for the end of the game. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, those facehuggers are in the way at the end, and you need to kill them. There's no other way around it than to kill them. Really? So we're going to call this tram and just chill here. Wait for it to come. The alien isn't going to bother us while we're in this area, so you're fine to run around and make noise if you want to. So if you see my character violently shaking at some points, that's because I'm spamming crouch. Like with these doors, as they open, you can use that crouch spam method to glitch through the doors a little bit, get you there a couple of seconds faster, although in this one I don't really care too much about that. I just wanted to show you guys these glitches. It's kind of entertaining. I think it's kind of fun to see how much you can break a game and get it done as fast as possible, because usually, even during speedruns, this run is about 2 to 3 hours long, 2.5 to 3 hours worth of speed running to do this without glitches. But luckily the speedrun categories are broken up and you can do it either with glitches or without. You've got any percent, which is basically using these glitches that I'm doing now, and then no major glitches, which means you can't do any of this stuff. But I was learning the no major glitches for Nightmare, and we managed to do it in just under 4 hours, because on Nightmare mode it's really tough. And I think the world record is just under 3, like I think it's 2:44 or something like that for no major glitches on Nightmare, but it's definitely tough, man. We've got a really strange glitch coming up here, and there's a very odd technique to getting through this invisible wall that's just ahead of us. You have to literally turn your mouse upside down and run the scroll wheel across your desk so that you can get a really long scroll wheel crouch going on that'll allow you to break through this invisible wall and pass through the shutter. Don't ask me why you have to do that, you just do. I guess just because you need a longer scroll and you can't really do it just by using your finger. This barrier is really easy to pass through. Just a quick spam will get you through that one. And yeah, we're heading to this elevator up here. I think this is mission 12, usually. You get into this area. And that's going to take you a good hour and a half to get to. But yeah, we're there in about 10 minutes. Nice. So if you're interested in watching me speedrun this, come check out my Twitch, man. I'm going to be trying to speedrun this. Try and put down a good time. Whilst also playing other games, obviously. There's a couple of other games I want to take on for speedruns. Try and get some good times. We've done a couple of games in the past that I'd like to get better times on. I'm going to pass through this door here, go get the shotgun. So I'm going to start practicing a couple of games. A couple of the Resident Evils, probably the Outlast games. This game on a couple of different categories. I'll try and pick up some other ones as well, just for the fun of it. We've done runs of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2 in the past, but I'd like to really push to get a good time on those games. And see what we can do. Gives me a little... well, it gives me a reason to replay those games, try and get a better time. Try and get on those leaderboards, man. Right, so... this is an area that you get to really early in the game. Like, halfway through mission 2. And the only reason we've really taken this whole route is to get the shotgun that we just picked up with 4 bullets in it. Just so we can use that to take out those facehuggers. A little bit of scrap there. We're going to move this guy out of the way. And we're going to be back in the room that we were in earlier, where we glitched through those couple of doors really quickly. From mission 2. Good times. So, now we have to go over here. And through this door at the back. So this glitch... is definitely, in my opinion, the toughest one in the game. Trying to get through this elevator is not easy. It definitely seems like it's a struggle for me. Some people can do it straight away, but basically you just have to crouch spam like I've been doing, and it'll push you eventually through the elevator door. You see me here sort of getting halfway through it. And then once you get through it, you'll get to this position, and then you need to spam again to get inside the elevator. Definitely a really tough glitch. The second half especially is really difficult to get right. You need to just sort of run at this area and then spam, and then there you go, you're through. And this takes you all the way to mission 18, which is right near the end of the game. And there's a section in this mission where you need to use the access tuner. But we haven't picked that up, so we kind of need to trick the game and stand at the right angle for the game to allow us to use it, even though we haven't picked it up. If you get too close, the game will just tell you you don't have the access tuner, but for some reason, if you stand far enough away, it's nice about it and lets you use it. And then we need to crack a flare here and run over into this corner at the back and drop the flare about here somewhere. And then we'll hack this console as well. We need to drop a flare right there. And that'll make it so that when we come back down after using these next couple of consoles, the alien will be attracted to that flare and will leave us alone. There's 2 aliens that show up in this area. And you need to avoid them both. So, avoid that drone or droid. If you basically look at him whilst he's on the floor as you walk past, he won't do the whole stand up and grab you thing. If you look away from him, he'll grab you as you walk past. Still got to do that silent running technique across here. You basically just hold, like, running diagonally and spamming crouch, and that makes it so that you don't have any footsteps, so the aliens don't show up. I'm gonna pop another flare here and come through this door. The alien's going to drop down. We're not going to look at him because we're trying to make family-friendly content. Drop the flare right there, and the alien's going to get distracted by the flare. And there's another alien looking at the flare that we dropped a little bit earlier. And then we're just going to run down here. get to this thing, and unluckily for us, the aliens aren't too happy. I always try to see if I can see the alien in the reflection of that, but I don't think I can. There he is though. Swiggity smoothie, he wants that booty. And we're in the nest. Or I think this is like some sort of mini nest. It's not the nest you go to in one of the missions, but you're definitely surrounded by eggs with all that weird black stuff on the walls. One thing to bear in mind in this area is that you don't want to mess with your movement keys or press any buttons, because if you do, you'll set off a Facehugger and he'll come for you. Whereas if you don't press anything, then you can delay that Facehugger coming after you. So, this is the bit that causes a lot of people trouble, because there's 2 sections. Like I said, you got to kill 2 Facehuggers with 2 bullets. Sorry, 4 Facehuggers with 2 bullets. It's not a lot of fun. And there's also a couple of singular kills worked in there as well. Let's get the shotgun ready. We're going to have 2 Facehuggers running at us right here. And there's the first double kill. Good stuff. And we're going to have another Facehugger coming behind us here, so before we crouch and get into the train, we're going to take him out. There he is. That's him done for. More Discord notification noises on my recording there. We got another Facehugger that shows up in front of us now. Let's get rid of him. Have it. And then there's a little cutscene break you can do in this next part. The 2 aliens drop down in front of you, which is pretty intimidating on your casual first playthrough. But if you throw a flare into this area, or use the revolver, you can shoot a bullet with the revolver. It'll break the cutscene, and it'll allow you to run through this really early. And the aliens won't be able to get you, so you just gotta run from here, run over to the right, and this thing's gonna go down. Okay. Good times. So not a fat lot of the game left now, although we've still got 1 section with the Facehuggers that we've got to get through, which is probably the worst one, in my opinion. Spam crouch here and lean as you go down the ladder, and that'll allow you just to skip actually having to climb the ladder. I'm frantically trying to look for another shotgun shell there, because if you do find another shotgun shell, it makes this next section a lot easier. Sometimes you get lucky. I'm pretty sure I got really lucky here, and the Facehuggers just lined up. That's coming up in a second. We've got to avoid death via train first. Man, get up. Let's go, Ripley. According to the lore, by the way, I didn't know this until another speedrunner told me, but according to the lore, Ripley actually dies of old age, which is nice. She doesn't actually get facehuggered in that section where she's stuck to the wall. It's kind of hard to tell, right? So, here we go. 2 facehuggers coming up. We've got another 2 for 1. Bam! Suck it, facehuggers. And their bodies kind of block you, so you have to walk around them. Can be a little bit annoying sometimes, like while they're doing their death animation, you kind of just get stuck. So, onto this elevator. If you jump on this elevator and climb upwards on the ladder, it'll put you back onto the elevator, and then you can just walk forward and fall down. It saves you having to climb down that ladder, which takes a lot longer. Nice and quick, that's how we like it. So, now we've got to jump up here and sprint back to where we got grabbed by the alien a second ago. Let's go, go, go. Good times. Here we go. What she said. yeah, I won't let you down. Totally understood all of that. So, slap on the spacesuit, and we're going on a little spacewalk adventure. Almost done now. So this area is just horribly slow. There is a way in which you can beat the game a hell of a lot faster. You can beat it in about 10 minutes, but you need to use a special tool to drop your frame rate really low in areas. And I don't know, I just think that's a bit too scummy for my liking. This is a pretty plausible glitched run, you know. You can do this one without really having to mess with the game too much, but if you have a certain, I'm not even sure what the tool is, it might be something like River Tuner, in which you can limit your frame rate. You need to limit your frame rate down to like 5-10 FPS, and you can skip more sections of the game because the game gets extremely messed up when you lower the frame rate that much, and allows you to do some weird stuff, and you can come through this whole section without the spacesuit and just literally run it. But we're not doing that. This is, I think, more of a fun run. Definitely. I don't think I'm going to bother trying that run at all. I'll more than likely just focus on this one and the Nightmare No Major Glitches run for the fun of it. But I do want to do a guide for Nightmare, and like I said, no human kills, I think it is. You can't kill any humans, and you can't die. Maybe we'll work in the collectibles as well. I think that could be kind of fun. I like doing those sweaty runs that have achievements tied to them. And we never did Nightmare for this game when it came out, which is a shame. I should have done it. I have already played through Nightmare a couple of times, but I'd like to provide those people who want to get those achievements still with a guide. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of tough to do those achievements together. I would recommend, if you do care about those achievements, I know it's been a long time since this game came out, most people probably don't care at this point, but I would recommend, if you do still care, like separating those runs, doing a couple of runs to get those, because getting the no deaths and not killing any humans is pretty easy on the novice difficulty, but doing it along with one shot, which is no deaths and the Nightmare, if you do those two together, the Nightmare and the one shot, that's really tough, just because Nightmare is very easy to die, like super easy. The alien is much more aggressive and harder to get rid of. So one final glitch. In this section you have to release each individual pin, and there's 4 pins. It just takes a while to actually get it done, but if you go from the left to the right and mash activate, you can do 2 pins at once, which is pretty cool. So you only actually have to do this twice. Usually this is pretty long to watch. Get that double pin. Takes a lot less time. Good times. Nice. So the aliens want to come in for a group hug right now, which I don't appreciate. That's got YouTube demonetization written all over it. Oh God. Here they come. No group hug for you. Go away. So one final section, and this is another section where you can get the fast walk that we spoke about earlier. Let's see if I get it. It's pretty random as to how you get it. Yeah, I got it. So this is a lot faster than the normal speed you get to walk in this section. Like a hell of a lot faster. So we gotta press this button over here, and our best friend shows up. He's not happy. He's been left out of dinner plans. So we just have to back up and press the button. Over here in this escape pod, I guess. Or emergency release, I don't know. I've had enough of you, alien. Even though we've seen very little of you. Go away. Whew, terrifying. Okay, and that's it. That's how to beat Alien Isolation pretty damn quickly, breaking the F out of the game along the way. What was that, like 25 minutes or so? Good times, man. Really good game. I wouldn't recommend doing this on your first run, but definitely do a casual run of this game before you do the glitched up run. I really enjoy doing these glitched up runs though. Maybe we'll pick a few other games and check out glitches that allow us to break the hell out of them in the future. If you're interested in watching me try and speedrun this, come over to Twitch, follow me on Twitch. You should be able to find the link for my Twitch pinned in the comment section down below or in the description somewhere. It should be in the comment section though as the top comment. Much love for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you being here and watching till the end. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if there's another game you would like to see me break the hell out of. Have a great day, and until next time, take it easy.